The games will be an overall remake of Platinum, but with differences here or there to Diamond and Pearl where absolutely necessary. The games will basically just be Diamond and Pearl again, with maybe the odd Platinum bone thrown in here or there like Oras. The local decks will be based on Platinum, with the Diamond and Pearl exclusives kept the way they are and everything else spread fairly. They'll use the limited local decks from Diamond and Pearl with the Platinum exclusives split haphazardly or shoved into the post-game. Between Sword, Shield, the DLC, and this, you'll be able to have every single Pokemon in a Gen 8 game. Way too many technicalities will be employed to make that happen. The Overworld will be inspired by the general layout of the originals, but it will be larger, a bit less maze-like, and have focus on interesting visuals and plenty of secrets. The Overworld will be just as detailed as the Alola games at best. Your Pokemon will follow you! Your Pokemon won't follow you. We'll get a bunch of smaller wild areas, including the Great Marsh, Amity Park, Iron Island, Mount Coronet, and most of the Battle Zone. The only wild areas will be the Great Marsh and Amity Park. Maybe Iron Island. Anything else will be DLC. For the field moves, use a Rotom that has different forms. Mo Rotom could use Cut. Fan Rotom could use Defog. And you still have the bike from Galar. All you'll get is the Rotom bike with a couple of other key items. And most of the obstacles will be gone anyway. Important trainers will have their teams from Platinum with maybe one or two exceptions. Flint can keep his Drifblim since it supports the theme of being a hot air balloon. Just not his Steelix, that would be silly. Everyone will keep their Diamond and Pearl teams except for Volkner and Flint because those didn't make sense. Dynamax doesn't fit in Sinnoh. It's tied to Galar in the story. Put it in the post-game. And if there's another new mechanic instead, tread lightly. They won't. They'll just put in Dynamax. They'll put in gym challenges like in Sword and Shield, but inspired by the original. They'll have a clock puzzle in Eterna City, a darkness puzzle in Hearthome City, etc. They'll just copy the originals unless it feels too awkward, like how they turned the Cinnabar Gym into a quiz show. That was actually a good idea. Looker, Charon, and everything they brought to the table will be included, just like Eugene in Heart Gold Soul Silver. Maybe even a bit more. Looker and Charon will just be glorified cameos. Actually, I take it back, they probably will do as much as they did in Platinum. Contests will come back the same way they did in Oras. It doesn't take too much to copy and paste it, right? They'll be taken away, and the hall will be repurposed for something new and gimmicky. The original Climax was great! In Platinum at least. In Diamond and Pearl it kinda sucked. Maybe they'll rearrange it to be somewhere in the middle. The Climax will be based on Diamond and Pearl with anything Platinum related put in the DLC. More on that in a moment. Most of the new Platinum content will be handled in a post-game chapter called Episode Platinum that goes through events regarding Shaman, Giratina, and eventually Arceus. It might be a bit much, but taking what was original and adding on the mythical events was done really well in Oras. Long as it's not DLC. It's gonna be DLC. Sure, we'll still get Giratina and Heatran handled as they were, but others like Darkrai and Shaman will be booted out. And the story of all the DLC will just lead up to Arceus. Okay, we might not get the Battle Frontier back, we didn't get it in Oras, but we will at least get Palmer in the Battle Tower since, hey, he's Barry's father. And maybe the other Frontier Brains could show up in some regard? Huh? It'll be Palmer and nothing else. Still better than Oras, though. Okay, look, what happened with Sword and Shield was partially avoidable, since a big chunk of it was the PR nightmare, so they'll at least announce that they're giving more time than they originally planned to. That should smooth out some of the bumps, right? And hey, maybe Nintendo will allow them to have it since they're still making tons of money on other stuff, right? What do you think? Hello YouTube, Marcus Moriser here. I hope you enjoyed this thing I've thrown together. I tried to get it out before Pokemon Day, and hopefully that's when you guys are seeing it. Also, for those of you who have seen my last video, I mentioned a casting call, and guess what? It's still open! If you're interested in trying out, I suggest you act quickly. It is now first come, first to impress me, first serve. That's about all I have to say for now. Happy anniversary, Pokemon, and this is Marcus Moriser, signing off.